Hello Vignesh, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Karthik. Okay, we'll start, guys. So let Pavani join. Okay, guys. So, guys, today we're going to discuss the fixed asset module. Okay. So, we have a separate module called fixed asset in Dynamics. Okay, where we can maintain the fixed assets. We can create and maintain the fixed assets, and we can, acquire the fixed asset. We can run the depreciations by using different law rules such as accounting as per accounting standards, or as per tax standards. Okay, so we'll do some sort of setups today, and then we'll create a fixed asset, and we'll try to acquire the fixed asset, and then we'll see the further processes. So basically the major processes in the fixed asset transactions are acquiring the fixed asset and depreciating the fixed assets, then disposal, which means sale of fixed asset. Okay, so for doing all these processes we need to have some sort of setups and configurations in the module. So for that we can create some setups, and then we will get into the transactions. So first of all, fixed asset groups. So fixed asset groups are basically created to group the assets like computers, machineries, lands, buildings. So all these kinds of asset types, different kind of assets, we call it as fixed asset groups. We have to create it as a fixed asset group. Why this fixed asset group needs to be created? Because based on the fixed asset group, the depreciation percentage also will be defined basically. So all the computers will have a certain percentage of depreciation. All the machineries will have a certain percentage of depreciation, correct? So buildings will have a certain percentage of depreciation, like that. So we'll create some fixed asset groups, then we'll get into other setups. So click new. To create a new fixed asset group, just click new. Let's say computers. Yeah, so you can specify the asset type, whether it is a tangible, intangible. Okay, others are not much important, like financial, land and buildings. You can, in case if it is a land and buildings group, then you can say land and buildings. Okay, goodwill, if it is a goodwill, you can say it is a goodwill. So I'll make it as tangible asset for now. Major type is not required. Auto number fixed assets. So whenever you create a fixed asset in the fixed asset module, selecting the fixed asset group is mandatory, guys. Okay, so when you select the fixed asset group, system should automatically have a separate numbering for that particular asset. all the computer assets should start with COMP -0001. All the machinery should start with MACH -0001. So do you want to have such kind of numbering for all your fixed assets? If yes, you can enable this numbering, auto number fixed assets. Okay. So when you enable the auto number fixed assets, you need to specify the number sequence also here. So I'll right click, view details. I'll create a number sequence and assign it here. So click new, let's say computer number. In bracket I'll say FA, fixed assets. The scope is for company. Which company? Our BAL company. So I'll remove the company. I'll say here COMP hyphen. I'll keep 6 digits. Okay. Here I'll make it 6 nines. Save. Okay, I got the format. Just close it. Computer number fixed asset. Auto number barcodes. Whenever an asset is normally in the companies, guys, whenever they purchase some assets, okay, they stick the barcode on the asset just for identification purpose and the tracking purpose in the system. Okay, so normally most of the companies does this manually, but in case if you want to do automatic number, automatic barcode numbering, then you can enable the barcode numbering, yes, and then select the barcode number sequence also. Okay, so if not required, then you can disable it. Property type, it's a fixed asset always. Location, do you want to specify any specific location for this fixed asset group? So location means basically whenever you receive a fixed asset, it will go to specific location always. If such kind of requirement is there, you can specify at the group level itself. Otherwise, in the fixed asset master also, you can specify the location in which, once you purchase an asset, you can specify in which location I'm placing this asset. Okay. So GIS layer area and all is not required. Hello.
విఘ్నేష్, ఇక్కడ లొకేషన్ అక్కడ మనం ఐటమ్ దాంట్లో ఇచ్చిన లొకేషన్ రెండు ఈక్వల్, రెండు సేమ్?
No. I mean different. Location different. It's just that is a item storage dimension group basically. అది different location. అది warehouse location basically, inside warehouse.
అక్కడ మామూలుగా సైట్ అని చెప్పిస్తాం కదా, ఇప్పుడు ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ హైదరాబాద్ సైట్ అని ఇస్తాం కదా, అదే ఇక్కడ లొకేషన్ గా కదా?
లేదు, ఎందుకంటే అది బేసిక్లీ ఇన్వెంటరీ స్టోర్ చేయడం కోసం సైట్స్ వేర్ హౌస్ మనం క్రియేట్ చేస్తాం. సో వేర్ హౌస్ లో మల్టిపుల్ లొకేషన్స్, మల్టిపుల్ ఐల్స్ ఉంటాయి, మల్టిపుల్ ర్యాక్స్, బిన్స్ ఉంటాయి. అది స్పెసిఫిక్ టు వేర్ హౌస్ అనమాట. బట్ ఫిక్స్డ్ అసెట్ ఇట్ కెన్ బి ఎనీవేర్ ఇన్ ద బిజినెస్ కదా. ఫిక్స్డ్ అసెట్ వేర్ హౌస్ లో ఉండదు బేసిక్ గా అయితే యాక్చువల్లీ చూసుకుంటే, ఎందుకంటే ఫిక్స్డ్ బిజినెస్ రన్ చేయడం కోసం డిఫరెంట్ ప్లేసెస్ లో మనం ప్లేస్ చేస్తాం. It could be a manufacturing hub. It could be head office. If you see in the head office, there are so many people are sitting and then using the laptops on computers.
Okay.
So in that case, computers should be in the head office location. Not only head office, even warehouse also people are using laptops. So in case if they have any other branches, they are also using laptops. So I have to update the location in all the places, all the assets. Each and every asset will be placing in a different location could be. So I have to update that location anamata.
Okay.
All location వచ్చేసి different basically warehouse, within the warehouse లోనే. అది ఇన్వెంటరీ పర్పస్. ఇన్వెంటరీ ఆల్వేస్ warehouse లోనే ఉంటుంది, ఎందుకంటే మనం ఇన్వెంటరీ స్టోర్ చేసుకుంది వేరే హౌస్ లోనే, డెలివరీ
Yeah,
కానీ
yeah.
మన రిసీవింగ్ కానీ అంతా వేరే హౌస్ లోనే ఉంటుంది బేసిక్ గా.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah.
Right. In
Yes,
case
yes.
if you want to attach any kind of image for the specific assets group, you can have it. Otherwise, you can leave it. Okay. Then you have something called books, guys. Okay, fixed asset books. So here also you can create, or here also you can create. So what I'll do, I'll just directly go to this books. Okay, so before getting into the books, I need to configure the depreciation profiles. What happened? Stuck.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, పృథ్వీ నువ్వు ఫిక్సెస్ గ్రూప్స్ మిస్ చేసావు అట్లయితే రికార్డింగ్. ఫైన్. Okay, so we have something called fixed asset depreciation profiles, guys. Depreciation profiles, where you will specify, you will create multiple depreciation profiles in case if your company is following multiple profiles, you can create multiple. Otherwise, you can create one profile. So your company is following only one depreciation profile, which means reducing value, reducing balance, or we also call it as a written down value method, or reducing balance method. Okay. Or your company is using straight line method, straight line depreciation method basically. So when you say straight line depreciation method, you have to enter a service life for that. Okay, but when you say reducing value or written down value method, you need to specify the percentage. That's where the percentage field is here. Okay, so I'm going to create a depreciation profile. For now, I'm going to create straight line SL. Okay, so straight line service life. Straight line service life, reducing balance is what? Our written down value. There are so many other depreciation methods. We'll discuss these advanced things later. But for now, most popular depreciation methods are straight line and reducing methods. Okay, in case if you want to specify the manual depreciation schedule, you can do either as well. Right. So in case if you set manual, you'll have to specify the manual schedules. For first year, how much percentage, second year, how much percentage, third year, how much percentage. You have to manually specify it. Okay. So since you guys are all finance people, I don't have to explain about the reducing balance and straight line, right? So straight line, but again, I'll just give you a quick overview. Straight line is basically, it has a service life, let's say for 10 years, and then each year 10% it will be reduced or depreciated. Reducing balance means like first year it will be, let's say, for 10%, then it will become 90,000. For example, if the asset value is 1 lakh, okay, then again 10% on 90,000, then 81,000, again 10% on 81,000, 8,100. So it will be basically in that way. So I think you guys are familiar with the depreciation methods, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So here for now, I'll take straight line service life. We'll test others also. The other important methods also we'll test. Don't worry. So for now, just to start with, I'll go with straight line service life. Then depreciation year. It's a calendar year or fiscal year. So if you see, our BAL company is following April 1st to March 31st, which means my fiscal year is April 1st to March 31st. Okay, but if you say calendar year, it is Jan 1st to December 31st. So which one I have to follow basically? I always have to follow fiscal year only. Okay, then period frequency. So basically how much the percentage or service life that I'm going to give, how many years or how many periods I'm going to specify. So I'll specify yearly. Yeah. Save it. In case if you want to create another method, let's say new. Written down value. Or reducing balance. Here you can say reducing balance. So when you say reducing balance, you'll have to specify a percentage. Let's say 10%. So this basically depends on the asset types, guys. For computers, it will be different percentage. Buildings, it will be different percentage. Machinery, it will be different percentage. Even straight line also same. For computers, it will be different life, service life. For buildings or machinery, it will be different type of furniture and fixtures. It will be different type of different number of years of service life. Yeah. So in that such cases, you can also maintain group wise naming also. Straight line, let's say computers. Okay. Or reducing balance, computers hyphen reducing written down value. So but basically service life we can say we can create one depreciation profile, and then when you go to the books you can specify the service life over there. So this here in this depreciation profile setup you don't need to create multiple assets group wise, but written down value yes you have to, because each group will be having a different percentage, right? So for now I'll just create these two, and then remaining are same, like which depreciation year you want to follow, period frequency. Full depreciation means once asset net book value become zero. I mean, do you want to run the depreciation until it becomes a zero net book value? That is what it's actually full depreciation. Close it. Then you have something called books. So books is basically defines the asset. Basically all the fixed asset groups and depreciation will bring into one place. Okay, so we'll create. So books will have information such as what is a group and what is a depreciation percentage, how much is a service life, what is a layer, tax layer, or current layer, different, and what is a calendar that we are following for depreciation. All this we can have in the books. So it's a kind of profile, asset profile for the postings. So let's say straight line. I'll name it as straight line. Okay, calculate depreciation. Yes. Then what is the depreciation profile? I want to select straight line. Okay, alternative depreciation profile, extraordinary depreciation profile and all are not required. Extraordinary depreciation profile is basically in case of natural disorders kind of thing, natural calamities and all. If you want to depreciate the asset value, then you can use this specific profile. But it's normally in case of round off depreciation. Let's say depreciation value is 105.95 something in a decimals. So do you want to round off to 1 or 50 paisa or 1 rupee kind of? What is the round off? Basically up and down, round up or round down. You can specify. So I'll say 1. Reporting currency also I'll say 1. So in case if you want to leave the net book value, let's say for 1000, my asset value is 1 lakh. I want to leave my net book value at 1000. Okay, so in that case, it will leave net book value is 1000, and for the remaining period it will calculate the depreciation. So in our case, we'll don't keep any net book value. Create depreciation adjustments. In case of any adjustments that you make, fixed asset adjustments if you make in future, like additions and reductions and all, then depreciation also should calculate automatically. So depreciation also has to be considered for the adjustments as well. Then in that case, you'll have to enable it. Okay, post to ledger. It has to be posted to general ledger. So obviously, asset transaction has to be posted to general ledger. Posting layer. This is the one important thing, guys, for the especially for the depreciation in the fixed asset module. Current layer, tax layer, current operations tax layer. There are multiple layers are there basically, but most important and used layers are current layer and tax layer. Normally, all the transactions are posted in current layer, guys. Current layer is basically as per the accounting standards or company standards. Okay, tax layer means basically as per the tax rules or tax standards, tax company income tax act. Okay, so why do we have to have layers, different layers? Basically, for especially compliance also is IFRS also is saying that for the for the depreciation especially, companies can have for the reporting purpose, companies can have one specific percentage of depreciation, but for the submitting it for the tax, you can have a different kind of depreciation. So basically, example, కంప్యూటర్ సర్వీస్ లైఫ్ తీసుకున్నాం. కంపెనీస్ యాక్ట్ ప్రకారం ఏంటంటే మనం 3 years ఇచ్చుకోవచ్చు డిప్రిసియేషన్. ఫర్ కంపెనీస్ యాక్ట్ ఏం చెప్తుందంటే కంప్యూటర్స్కి వచ్చేసి 3 years డిప్రిసియేషన్ అని చెప్తుంది. ట్యాక్స్ ఏం చెప్తుందంటే ట్యాక్స్ రూల్ ప్రకారం 2 years అని చెప్తుంది. ఎందుకంటే ఇన్కమ్ ట్యాక్స్ మనకు ఎక్కువ చూపించుకుంటే బేసిక్గా ఐ మీన్ ఇన్కమ్ ఎక్స్పెన్సెస్ ఎక్కువ చూపించుకుంటే ట్యాక్స్ పేమెంట్ తగ్గుతుంది బేసిక్గా కంపెనీస్కి. సో దాని పర్పస్ కోసం based on income tax rule, we can have more depreciation percentage normally. Okay, but based on the Companies Act rule, it will be a bit less than compared to tax rule. So even if you go to Google also, you can find all the as per depreciation percentage based on the tax rules and the Companies Act rules. Okay, so current is basically as per the Companies Act. Okay, we can create one more group, which means basically for the tax rule as well, as per the tax standards as well. Okay, so here, for example, instead of giving a straight line, what I'll do, I'll just rename it to computer company X. Okay, depreciation profile, straight line. What happened? So calculate the depreciation. So you can map the fixed asset group for this. So for the you can go into the fixed asset group and then map the fixed books, or you can come to books and then look at the fixed asset group also here. So you can map the fixed asset group, which means my computers group. Calculate the depreciation, all this. Then what is the service life for this? So service life, let's say for computers, it's 3 years. Okay, one change I need to do in depreciation profile, guys. We can have depreciation period by depreciation frequency by period. So every monthly basis we normally depreciate the calculate the depreciation post to GL, right? So we'll make it as period, fiscal period. Now we'll go. So service life, when I say 3 years, automatically my depreciation will be calculated in periods. So each year we will have 12 periods, right? 12 monthly periods. That's it. So these are the 3 mandatory prerequisites. I mean, not 3, there is one more. Another one is fixed asset posting profile, guys, where you will have to map the GL code for each kind of transaction. You'll have to map GL code. So posting profile is basically where you will map the GL codes or main accounts for each kind of fixed asset transaction. So what are all the kind of transactions? We have so many types of transactions, like asset acquisitions, adjustments, depreciation adjustment, revaluation, write-ups and downs, disposals. Yeah, so other types of transactions. So we can map the GL codes for all the types of transactions. So for now, we'll concentrate on the acquisition, and then we'll get into other type of transactions, and we'll map the GL codes for that as well. So today I wanted to show you the acquisition process, guys, so that we can get into the advanced topics later. Right, so posting profile, you can say standard or default. So save it. Then you need to add the ledger codes. So ledger account, under the ledger accounts tab, so you need to specify the type of transaction, acquisition, add. So I'll have to specify for the books. For this particular book, which means my computer, as per Companies Act, groups. Do you want to specify any fixed group? For the asset group, for the computers group, what is the GL code? What will be the GL code? Your asset account, obviously, correct? Do you have any
డెబిట్ అకౌంట్ ఇక్కడ మెన్షన్ చేస్తాము అంతే కదా, డెబిట్ అకౌంట్ మెన్షన్ చేస్తాము.
Yeah, debit account we will mention it here. Offset account means credit account. Basically, in case if you want to default the offset account, you can specify it here. Otherwise, you can leave it as blank. That is also can be done. Yeah, computers we already have an account. We'll mention that. Okay. So similarly, let's say depreciation will add. Group for the computers. Depreciation is there or not? Depreciation. So I'm just putting in a common depreciation account for all the assets for now, because we are not created any separate GL codes for each asset group. Normally companies will create that. But now I have just mentioned only one common depreciation account. In case if you want to create, you can create multiple depreciation accounts for each asset wise, asset group wise, and then map it here. Okay, so you can keep adding on the lines, and then you can map it. Yeah. So I have mapped asset acquisition. Okay, for the depreciation, yeah. Depreciation, guys. Debit will be depreciation expense account, obviously. What happened? I mapped it, right? Where it
అదే ఇంతకుముందు మ్యాప్ చేసింది కనపడట్లేదు. ఇంకా ఇంతకుముందు మ్యాప్ చేసింది ఎక్కడ అక్విజిషన్
ఇంతకుముందు అక్విజిషన్ బేసికలీ.
అదే అది కనపడట్లేదు ఏంటి అంటే లిస్ట్ కనపడదా మొత్తం మ్యాప్ ఏమేమి
ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ టైప్ చేంజ్ చేశాను కదా, ఓన్లీ ఆ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ టైప్ మ్యాప్ అకౌంట్స్ కనిపిస్తాయి ఇక్కడ. సో లెట్స్ నేను అక్విజిషన్ సెలెక్ట్ చేస్తే అక్విజిషన్ కనిపిస్తుంది ఇక్కడ.
ఓకే ఓకే
depreciation. Then offset account will be your depreciation provision account, guys. Right?
క్రియేట్ చేయాలి.
Normally, yeah. This depreciation provision concept, you know, right? It's a general.
Yes. View details on there. Okay.
It will be basically a liability account. Long-term liabilities.
అంతే 210003 అంతే కదా.
Yeah, I'll put it here. 210003. So I'll put it as liability. Save it. 210003. Yeah. So basically, whenever I run the depreciation in the system, depreciation account will get debited. This account will be debited, and this will be offsetted. Basically, provision account. Yeah. For the sale, we'll have to specify the GL codes here, guys. For the sale or scrap, so that we can do at the time of sale. So if I do it right now, you'll get confused with so many postings. So we'll just do the transaction right now, and then we'll see. Right. This posting profile, guys, I'll have to go and map it as a default posting profile in my parameters, fixed receipt parameters. In the fixed receipt module, under the setup, fixed receipt parameters, you'll have to map it at accounting rules tab, posting profile. So when I map this posting profile here, same like how we map vendor posting profile in AP parameters, customer posting profile in AR parameters, similarly you have to map this posting profile also in the fixed asset parameters. So whenever I do any kind of asset transactions, by default system picks up this posting profile and looks whatever the GL codes we mapped into this posting profile, and then picks it and post it to those GL codes. Yeah. Close it. Right. Now let's go into fixed assets and then create a fixed asset, guys. I'll go to fixed assets. Go to fixed assets. Click new. So fixed asset group. First of all, I have to specify the fixed asset group. See, if you see the number is actually mandatory. Fixed asset number is what actually the primary key here. Fixed asset number is mandatory. So number will be automatically selected based on the group. See, so since I have given the number sequence in the fixed asset group, it is automatically selected. Okay, so let's say Lenovo laptop, ThinkPad, for example. In case if you want to write down all the model number and all this in the name, you can still do that. So here you can give a fixed reset name, and search name will be automatically taken, and the type of an asset also you can say it's a tangible or intangible. Okay, so property type is fixed asset, quantity by default takes 1. So basically in the dynamics, guys, if you purchase through the purchase order, this fixed asset can be acquired through the fixed asset journal or through the purchase order also. We'll see this through the purchase order tomorrow. Today we will see through the journal, fixed asset journal, acquisition journal. So whenever you acquire a fixed asset, you can have multiple quantities also. I mean, in the same asset record, we can specify multiple records, multiple quantity and purchase it. Let's say Lenovo ThinkPad 1, basically I'll create as one asset, but I purchased 10 pieces, 10 quantities. I can update 10 quantities here. And then I'll go and acquire all the 10 quantities. But normally companies don't want to prefer this kind of functionality. They always want to create one asset number for one quantity, each asset number for each quantity. So that barcoding also they can do based on the each asset number, because each asset will have unique serial number. It will be placed at different places and all this. So for that better tracking purpose, companies normally prefer to have a separate separate asset number for each one quantity. But Microsoft is actually still not providing any kind of solution for this. For every client, when we implement this particular functionality, guys, every client asks for this kind of requirement, and we'll have to customize that. So even in an interview also, definitely interviewers will ask you this question, that what if I want to acquire multiple quantity at the same time, and if I want to create multiple asset numbers at the same time, is it possible? You directly say that it's not possible. It has to be customized. Okay, so this is a quantity basically. Unit of measure. What is the unit of measure for this?
I have something to ask here, Vignesh. If the company has purchased a sequence of for example, as you said, ThinkPads, okay? You have a bulk order, you'll have a series of barcodes, for example 1 2 3 4 after a couple of numbers, right? So
barcodes we will create it just to stick on the computer.
No, that's what generally you'll have a sequencing for this, right? Even for them to get mapped for their supply chain maintenance, right? ఇప్పుడు బల్క్ ఆర్డర్ ఇచ్చామంటే సీక్వెన్స్ లోనే పంపిస్తారు తప్ప 1 10 20 అలా పంపించారు కదా.
ఓకే
సీక్వెన్స్ లో వస్తాయి కదా. యా, సో ఎంటర్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఫ్రమ్ దిస్ నెంబర్ టు దిస్ నెంబర్ అన్నట్టు బల్క్ లో ఎంటర్ చేయడానికి ఉండదా?
నో, సి బార్కోడ్ అలా ఏం జనరేట్ అవ్వదు. బేసిక్గా మీకు ఒక అసెట్ నెంబర్ క్రియేట్ చేసినప్పుడు ఆటోమేటిక్గా మీకు ఫిక్సెస్ గ్రూప్లో చూపించినట్లు మీకు నంబర్ సీక్వెన్స్ ద్వారానే జనరేట్ అవుతుంది బేసిక్గా ఇక్కడ.
నేను అంటుంది అది కాదు. ఇప్పుడు మీరు స్పెసిఫిక్ అసెట్కి స్పెసిఫిక్గా క్రియేట్ చేసి మీరు ప్రతిదానికి ఇమేజ్ పెట్టాల్సి వస్తుంది, రైట్? అవును కదా. So if it is a bulk thing, can't we create a list at a time?
List of barcodes you mean to say, or list of asset numbers?
Asset numbers plus barcodes. For example, in 10 కొన్నాను.
No, at a single time it can't be possible. No. You have to create these asset numbers manually only. Okay. See, as I said, there are two ways of acquiring the fixed asset. One is through the fixed asset acquisition journal, that what we are going to do after a few minutes. Another thing is acquiring the fixed asset through the purchase order. Okay, so through the acquisition journal, you will have to specify basically each and every asset number you will have to specify in the acquisition line. That is where you have to acquire it. Through the acquisition journal. In case if you want to acquire through the purchase order, you can specify quantity, multiple quantity there in the in a single purchase order line, like how we have created the purchase orders earlier, and you can tag the fixed asset number manually, and then the entire quantity will come and sit in this particular field. But asset number will be
Okay.
created only one. Yeah. So it
Okay.
will not create multiple assets actually at the same time. It will create
Okay.
only either one at a time, or you will have to create manually. All the numbers you have to create it manually. It will not create automatically.
Okay. So
That's what
according
actually
to
I told.
the client requirement, if he wants each and every asset to be recorded, he'll have to go with this acquisition method, right?
Yes, if you want to follow the standard system, but as I said, companies don't want to do this kind of hectic task actually, which is a manual task. When especially as you said, when they purchase like 10 laptops or 20 laptops, obviously people will not sit and do all these manual creation of an asset. They obviously expect system to create those assets, so we'll have to customize this kind of requirement. So it's not it's not possible in the standard system. You have to customize. Especially
Okay.
this particular functionality, I don't personally like it, because giving a multiple quantity in the same asset number, I personally don't like it. Even most of the companies don't like it. So every company want to see a separate number for each fixed asset, each machine or
Yeah.
each laptop, for example. Yeah.
నేను అందుకనే అడిగాను క్వాంటిటీ 20 పెడితే కనుక ఆటోమేటిక్గా నంబర్ 20 క్రియేట్ అవుతాయా లేరా?
No, 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 no. It will not. It will not.
Yeah, okay, fine.
That is what actually the requirement I'm saying. That is what actually requirement.
Yes, yes.
Complete requirement. Yeah. Chalo. So this is about the basic information about the fixed asset. Unit cost and all, unit of measure you can specify that each piece or a square meter, yard and all this. So that is up to you. Especially for buildings and all, you'll have a different kind of unit of measure. Unit cost will be updated once you acquire the asset. Okay. Then you can have other technical information inside the fixed asset module. Fixed asset master, guys. This is a fixed asset master basically. So under the technical information, you can have who is a maker, model number, year, mode of year, model year, and all this. So especially for vehicles like cars and bikes, you normally maintain the model year as well. Serial number, guarantee in case of any guarantee is there. What is up to what date the guarantee is available? Technical information, any specific technical information that you want to mention, you can maintain these three fields. Any maintenance has to be scheduled and all this. This is basically in conjunction with asset management module, which is a part of supply chain. We have a separate module called asset management. Asset management. So through that asset management module, basically the maintenance and all this will come into picture. Anyways, that's not related to finance. Then insurance information, in case if you want to insure the asset, you have taken insurance provider. So who is the insurance provider, and then who is the agent, in case if any agent is there, policy number, expiry, all this general information related to asset. Then location, at which location you are placing this asset. So you can create multiple location, let's say. You can create multiple location, let's say HO, head office. You can specify the address as well in case if you want to. Then let's say warehouse. These are just normal very simple location records. It's not having much any functionality behind this, guys. Like we have a site and warehouse. It is just simple location only. Production plant, for example. So multiple locations you can create, guys. Let me go into the fixed assets. and I can specify that here. Let's say the laptop is actually I'm going to acquire it for head office location. So this one, after you acquire the asset also, you can update this information. I'm just showing you the information like barcode, who is responsible for this particular asset management, which room you have placed it, which department, in case if you have a specific assigned it to a specific department, to which department you have assigned it to whom you have to contact in case of further information about this asset.
అక్కడ మనం బిజినెస్ యూనిట్స్ లో క్రియేట్ చేసిన డిపార్ట్మెంట్స్ డిస్ప్లే అవుతున్నట్టున్నాయి కదా విఘ్నేష్ ఇక్కడ.
Yeah, correct.
ఓకే.
Operating unit basically. Yeah. So in case if you want to attach any image for the asset, that also you can do. Right. So next one is basically books, guys. Go to books. By default, our books will be a book will be assigned. It's a kind of, as I said, it's a kind of asset profile to see the information about the depreciation, other acquisition information. So if you see, asset status is not yet acquired. That means I have just created an asset card or asset master. Some it's terminology different, guys. So few people call it as asset card, few people call it as asset master. Okay, so asset status is not yet acquired. That means we have not acquired this yet. Okay, so service life of this particular asset is 3 years. Total is 36 periods. Depreciation periods are 36. Depreciation periods remaining is 36. So I have not run any kind of depreciation yet. That's why it is still showing as remaining also 36. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll acquire the asset now, and then we'll depreciate it for at least 1 or 2 months and then see the difference. Right. Yeah, there is one more button called valuation, where you can see the value of an asset at any point of time. If you want to see the value of an asset, you can see. As of now, I have not acquired this asset yet. That's why you're not able to see any acquisition value, adjustment, depreciation, net book value, anything. You're not able to see it. So let's go on, pass an acquisition entry. So to create an acquisition, fixed asset acquisition transaction, guys, first of all you need to create a journal name. So you can go to fixed asset journal entries, fixed asset journals. So you have to create a journal name for the fixed asset. As of now we are not creating anything. So how to create? In the general ledger model. All the journals you will create in the general ledger model, finance related journals, like how we are created for other APAR, general ledger
setup
under the journal setup, journal names. So we have created these many journals earlier, so we'll have to create it for fixed assets also. Let's say FA acquisition. So journal type is
ఫిక్స్డ్ అసెట్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్స్ అనేది ఉండాలి.
no, it's not that. Post fixed assets.
ఓ ఫిక్స్డ్ అసెట్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్స్ కదా.
No. Fixed asset transaction కాదు. Post fixed assets is the type where we normally use it for the transactions.
ఇది ఎలా తెలుస్తుంది విఘ్నేష్? ఇది ఎలా తెలుస్తుంది?
Depends on experience only, Bharti. Depends based on the learning and experience ante. Learning, practice.
ఇప్పుడు ఫిక్స్డ్ అసెట్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ అనుకున్నాను యాక్చువల్గా. ఓకే
మీరు అడగాల్సింది అది కాదు, రెండింటికి డిఫరెన్స్ అడుగుంటే సరిపోయేది.
యా అది కూడా కరెక్ట్.
See, if you ask me difference, even I have not personally used it as of now, this fixed asset transactions, but I'll let you know. I'll check it and let you know. Okay, so we have not implemented this anywhere also in our projects. I'll check this.
Okay.
సో జనరల్ గా పోస్ట్ ఫిక్స్డ్ అసెట్స్ అన్నది ఏ టైప్ ఆఫ్ వీటికి యూజ్ చేస్తారు?
all the basically like the acquisitions ki, even depreciation ki,
post fixed assets.
Sorry.
When you're acquiring or acquired something, you have to use postfixed assets. Huh?
Yeah. Acquiring gani, even sale ki gani, even scrap gani, even depreciation, everything post fix asset. మీకు పోస్ట్ ఫిక్స్
Except
సెలెక్ట్ చేస్తే
pre-acquisition and advance payments వీటికి మాత్రం తప్ప మిగిలిన వాటన్నిటికి you can use it as post fixed assets, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
So
fine, right.
I'll just maintain some voucher number sequence, or in case if you want to create a new voucher number sequence also, you can create and assign it. For now I'll just assign the existing one. Okay. See, once you save it, then only it will appear here. Okay. So if the type of this journal is this only, it will appear in my fixed asset journals, otherwise it will not appear. Right. So fixed asset acquisition lines, go to the lines. So transaction types, guys. So you need to specify the transaction type. By default, it takes acquisition. In case after acquire, in case if you want to do kind of adjustments or depreciation, anything, you can specify the type of transaction type manually. Okay, for the acquisition, by default takes acquisition. Even for now also, we are also going to do acquire only. So acquisition only. So let's select the acquisition. So here I'll have to specify the asset number. So asset master I have created. Now I'm going to acquire it. So assume that I'm going to acquire it as on May 1st. So for example, I'm going to acquire on May 1st, guys. Why I have selected manually this field is basically I wanted to show you depreciation also. That's why I'm just going a bit backward to create an acquisition transaction. So I will go and run the depreciation until today, or maybe end of this month, so that 3 months depreciation will be run. Then I can show you the difference also, right? So save. Once you save it, book will be automatically selected. Then the debit, you can write down the description in case if you want to write in, or you can leave it blank. Then you can specify, let's say 1 lakh is an asset. I'm going to acquire a laptop for 1 lakh. Obviously these ThinkPads are actually nowadays a bit more expensive, guys, so it's fine. Giving 1 lakh is reasonable, right? INR. Offset account. So I have not given any offset account in the posting profile, that's why it is basically coming as blank. So I can specify either ledger code, or if I have paid through the cash, I can pay. Basically I can select the cash account here. Okay. Otherwise, if I purchase through the credit from the vendor, then I can select the vendor and then select the vendor account. So let's say Lenovo. Save it, validate it, and go simulate posting. Okay, got some error. Voucher number is already used as an, oh my god. Okay, let me change the voucher number, guys. This voucher number issue. Saying that this voucher number in this particular, from this particular number sequence, I'll say I'll create a new one. FAV, for example, hyphen.
అది మళ్ళీ బిఏఎల్ వచ్చేసింది ఎందుకు?
అది సమ్ ఫామ్ ఇష్యూ ఉంది, సంథింగ్ ఏదో ఈ నంబర్ సీక్వెన్స్, ఎస్పెషల్లీ నంబర్ సీక్వెన్స్ ఫామ్ లో సమ్ ఇష్యూ ఉంది ఏదో, ప్రతిసారి ఇలాగే అవుతుంది. బట్ సేవ్ అయితే మాత్రం ఇక్కడ మీరు ఫార్మాట్ చూసుకుంటే ప్రాపర్ గానే వస్తుంది. బట్ ఈ సంథింగ్ కంపెనీ యాక్చువల్గా కాన్స్టెంట్, ఇది ఆల్ఫా న్యూమరిక్ యాక్చువల్గా, బట్ స్టిల్ అలాగే చూపిస్తుంది
కదా.
సమ్ ఇష్యూ ఉంది యాక్చువల్లీ ఈ ఫామ్ లో. మరి పృథ్వీ ఎప్పుడు ఫిక్స్ చేస్తాడో తెలియదు నాకు. నెక్స్ట్ హైయర్ వర్జన్ ఇన్స్టాల్ చేస్తే బెటర్ యాక్చువల్గా. పృథ్వీ చూడు 10.17.17 బాగుంది వెర్షన్, అది ఫాస్ట్ కూడా ఉంది. నేను అదే ఇన్స్టాల్ చేసాను యాక్చువల్గా దాంట్లో కూడా. ఓకే, I'll just delete it and then create it, guys. Okay, it's saying that it is changed after the journal is created. Okay, no problem. I'll create a new journal. Voucher is taking is again one. Should not be.
ఇప్పుడు మనం వౌచర్ అట్లా ఇచ్చాం కదా.
I gave it as FAB, right?
కింద BAL సేవ్ అయింది కదా.
ఇది సేవ్ అవ్వలేదు ప్రాపర్ గా. FAB. ఓకే,
ఈ కింద ఇన్ కనెక్షన్ విత్ బ్యాలెన్స్ ఇది ఎలా యూజ్ అవుతుంది నెక్స్ట్ ఇక్కడ? చేసేసావు, ఇక్కడ ఎలా యూజ్ అవుతుంది అది అని అంతే. అంటే డౌన్ లైన్ కి రావడము అది ఉంటుందా ఇక్కడ? మనం మామూలుగా వాచర్ సెంటర్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఉన్నట్టు
ఇది వాచర్ సెంటర్ చేసేటప్పుడు బేసిక్ గా మీకు మల్టిపుల్ లైన్స్ లో మీరు వాచర్ ఒక సింగిల్ ఎంట్రీ వచ్చేసి ఆఫ్సెట్ అకౌంట్ ఇచ్చి ఎంటర్ చేయొచ్చు, లేదంటే మల్టిపుల్ లైన్స్ ఇచ్చి కూడా ఎంటర్ చేయొచ్చు కదా. ఓకే, ఇన్ కనెక్షన్ విత్ న్యూ వాచర్, ఇన్ కనెక్షన్ విత్ బ్యాలెన్స్ ఏంటంటే ఫస్ట్ లైన్ ఎంటర్ చేశాను, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ డెబిట్ ఇచ్చాను, సెకండ్ లైన్ ఎంటర్ చేశాను క్రెడిట్ ఇచ్చాను. ఫస్ట్ లైన్ లో డెబిట్ లెట్స్ 1000 ఇచ్చాను, సెకండ్ లైన్ లో 900 ఇచ్చాను క్రెడిట్. ఎందుకంటే నాకు ఇంకొక లైన్ ఉంది యాక్చువల్గా, 2 క్రెడిట్స్ ఉన్నాయి బేసిక్ గా. సో అలాంటప్పుడు థర్డ్ లైన్ ఇంకొకటి యాడ్, మళ్ళీ డౌన్ ఆరో క్లిక్ చేసినప్పుడు బ్యాలెన్స్ ఇంకా నీకు జీరో అవ్వలేదు. వాచర్ కంప్లీట్ బ్యాలెన్స్, ఐ మీన్ నెట్ బ్యాలెన్స్, డెబిట్ క్రెడిట్ బ్యాలెన్స్ వచ్చి జీరో అవ్వలేదు కాబట్టి నీకు అదే నంబర్ తీసుకుంటుంది మళ్ళీ థర్డ్ లైన్ లో కూడా. థర్డ్ లైన్ లో ఆల్రెడీ ఇచ్చారు. సో టోటల్ బికమ్ ఐ మీన్ జీరో, లైక్ క్రెడిట్ అండ్ డెబిట్ ఈక్వల్, అండ్ దెన్ there is no balance existing for this remaining I mean for the voucher. So when you click on again new line, system takes a new voucher number. So that is what actually in connection with the balance, based on the balance it takes the new voucher number.
Okay.
Manual అంటే ఏంటంటే మనం మాన్యువల్ గా voucher number ఇవ్వాల్సి వస్తుంది. వన్ voucher number అంటే నువ్వు ఎన్ని ఎంట్రీస్ అయినా పోస్ట్ చేయి, జనరల్ మొత్తం మీద మీకు ఒకటే voucher తీసుకుంటుంది, ఒకటే voucher number.
గుర్తుంది.
సో ఇన్ జనరల్ యూసేజ్ అది ద టాప్ వన్ ఇన్ బ్యాలెన్స్ యూజ్ చేస్తారేమో కదా.
జనరల్ గా టాప్ ది యూజ్ చేస్తారు యాక్చువల్గా. ఓకే, మన కొత్త వాచర్ వచ్చింది, ఫైన్.
FAV 0003 వచ్చింది కదా, 1 2 ఏమయ్యాయో తెలుసుకోవాలంటే ఏం తెలియదు.
అది లెట్స్ సి, అది ఐ థింక్ యాక్చువల్గా మనం న్యూ కొట్టి మళ్ళీ డిలీట్ చేస్తుందంటే ఆ నంబర్ కన్జ్యూమ్ అయిపోతుంది. అది బై డిఫాల్ట్ ఫంక్షనాలిటీ ఆఫ్ సిస్టమ్. స్టేటస్ లిస్ట్లో చూద్దాం, ఇంకేనా ఓపెన్ ఉందో లేదు, స్టేటస్ లిస్ట్లో కూడా ఓపెన్ లేదు. ఇందాక మనం 2 times క్లిక్ చేసాం, గుర్తుందా? BALది మనం తర్వాత వచ్చి ఫార్మాట్ చేంజ్ చేసాం. సో మీకు అక్కడ ఏమైందంటే ఆటోమేటిక్గా నెక్స్ట్ నెంబర్ నీకు అప్డేట్ అయిపోయింది. నెక్స్ట్ నెంబర్ 1 చేయలేదు యాక్చువల్గా, 1 చేస్తే నీకు
అవును కదా.
ఫార్మాట్ ఓన్లీ ఫార్మాట్ చేంజ్ చేసాం, బట్ నెక్స్ట్ నంబర్ చేంజ్ లేదు మనం, అందుకని కంటిన్యూగా తీసుకుంటూ ఉంది అన్నమాట.
పర్ఫెక్ట్ అర్థమైంది.
ఇప్పుడు ఫస్ట్ తీసుకుంటుంది. Delete a new journal. Let's create a new journal. Okay, now it's okay. So May 1st ఇస్తాను. Let's say debit 1 lakh. నేను సేవ్ ఇట్, వాలిడేట్ చేస్తాను. సిమ్యులేట్ పోస్టింగ్ ఏంటంటే బేసిక్గా ఇట్స్ అటెంప్ట్ ద పోస్టింగ్. యాక్చువల్లీ ఇట్ విల్ నాట్ పోస్ట్ ఇట్, బట్ ఇల్ ట్రై టు అటెంప్ట్ ఇట్. లైక్ పోస్ట్ చేస్తే ఎలా ఉంటుంది బేసిక్గా ఇంపాక్ట్, ఏమన్నా పోస్టింగ్ ఎర్రర్స్ వస్తాయి అనేసి ఇమిడియేట్ చేస్తుంది. సో దేర్ నో ఎర్రర్స్, పోస్ట్ ఇట్. ఓకే, సో అసెట్ పోస్ట్ అయిపోయింది. అక్విజిషన్ ఎంట్రీస్ చూసుకుంటే వౌచర్, సో కంప్యూటర్స్ got debited, AP got credited. Okay, entry is fine. Now let's go to asset master, guys. Fixed assets. So now if you see books, see asset is open, status is open. Earlier it was not yet acquired, now the asset is open. Asset acquisition value also got, right? Acquisition date also got updated. Placed in service also got updated automatically. In case if you want to have a different date in the service, let's say నేను 2 months before asset కొన్నాను బేసిక్గా. లెట్స్ సే అజ్యూమ్ దట్ ఓకే 2 months బిఫోర్ కాదు, అజ్యూమ్ దట్ ఓకే ఇవాళ అసెట్ నేను కొన్నాను, ల్యాప్టాప్ ఇవాళ కొన్నాను మా కంపెనీలో ఎంప్లాయీ కోసం, విచ్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు బి జాయిన్ న్యూలీ ఇన్ నెక్స్ట్ లెట్స్ సే 2 weeks or 3 weeks. సో అతని కోసం నేను ముందే ల్యాప్టాప్ కొని పెట్టుకున్నాను కంపెనీలో, సో న్యూ జాయిన్ కోసం. సో ఆ టైంలో ఆ అసెట్ కొన్నది అక్విజిషన్ వచ్చేసి ఇవాళ డేటే ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, బట్ ప్లేస్డ్ ఇన్ సర్వీస్ వచ్చేసి వన్స్ అతను జాయిన్ అయిన తర్వాత, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ 15th జాయిన్ అయ్యాడు అనుకోండి, 15th నుంచి. ఓకే, అర్థమైంది కదా, అది కాన్సెప్ట్ బేసిక్గా. సో నీకు డిప్రిసియేషన్ కూడా అక్కడి నుంచి రన్ అవుతుంది అనమాట,
పుట్ టు యూజ్ నుంచి.
Okay, so other details also you can see, guys. Let's go and run the depreciation, and we'll also see the value as well. So value of an asset also you can see, guys, in the balances. Click on the balances, you can see the value of an asset, acquisition value, net book value. So we'll quickly do the depreciation and then we'll conclude it today. అండ్ హియర్ ఆల్సో వాల్యుయేషన్ బటన్ ఉంటుంది, సో ఇక్కడ కూడా నువ్వు వాల్యూ చూసుకోవచ్చు బేసిక్గా. సో డిప్రిసియేషన్, విల్ రన్ ద డిప్రిసియేషన్, గైస్. ఫిక్స్డ్ అసెట్ జర్నల్, ఈవెన్ ఫర్ ద ఫిక్స్డ్ డిప్రిసియేషన్ ఆల్సో విల్ హ్యావ్ టు క్రియేట్ అ జర్నల్. న్యూ, we can create another journal, or we can use the same journal also. So for now I'll just use the same journal to save the time. And here acquisition బదులు డిప్రిసియేషన్ సెలెక్ట్ చేస్తాం. డిప్రిసియేషన్ సెలెక్ట్ చేసి మాన్యువల్గా క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసి మాన్యువల్గా కూడా ఇవ్వచ్చు ఇక్కడ అమౌంట్, ఆర్ you can also have something called proposal where system will calculate the, okay, we need to select the asset first. System will calculate the depreciation. So depreciation proposal. The reporting currency amount dated on this transaction integration. Okay, there is one more setup is actually required. I'll check this, guys. Anyways, we are running late right now. మనం రేపు చూపిద్దాం, ఓకేనా? రేపు డిస్కస్
ఓకే
చేద్దాం. ఇంకొక
Okay.
చిన్న సెటప్. యా. సో బట్ ఇవాళ వరకు క్లియర్ గా ఉందా? ఏమైనా కన్ఫ్యూజన్
ఎస్
ఉందా?
ఎస్ విఘ్నేష్, సింపుల్ క్లియర్.
ఓకే. ఇంకొకటి ఏంటంటే లేయర్స్ యాక్చువల్గా నీడ్ టు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ యూ ద లేయర్స్ లైక్ కరెంట్ లేయర్ అండ్ ట్యాక్స్ లేయర్. బేసిక్గా ట్యాక్స్ లేయర్ వచ్చేసి ఆటోమేటిక్గా పోస్ట్ అవుతుంది. ఇక్కడ ఇంకొక సెటప్ ఉంది బుక్స్ లో, డెరైవ్డ్ బుక్స్ అనేసి. వన్స్ అది సెటప్ చేస్తే నీకు ట్యాక్స్ లేయర్ ఎంట్రీస్ కూడా ఆటోమేటిక్ పోస్ట్ అవుతాయి. సో యూ డోంట్ హ్యావ్ టు అక్వైర్ ఎవ్రీ టైమ్ టూ టైమ్స్ లైక్ కరెంట్ లేయర్ వైజ్ ఒకసారి, ట్యాక్స్ లేయర్ వైజ్ ఇంకొకసారి 2 times ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ పోస్ట్ చేయాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. ఆటోమేటిక్గా పోస్ట్ చేస్తాం అనమాట.
ఓకే.
సో ఎస్పెషల్లీ లైక్ ఇంటర్వ్యూలో కూడా ఎక్కువ అడుగుతారు ఇది లేయర్స్, బేసిక్గా లేయర్స్ గురించి. సో యూ హ్యావ్ టు బి వెరీ క్లియర్.
ఓకే విఘ్నేష్.
సో విల్ కంటిన్యూ టుమారో గైస్.
ఓకే విఘ్నేష్, రైట్. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Okay.